killing you geeks that I'm building my dreams, filling these screens from America to Philippines. And this is me now spilling the beans. You say you hate to watch me, but you're still in the seat. That makes me cocky and you filled with defeat, because I'm the one becoming who you're not willing to be.
It's Black Hoodie, I'm back cooking these goodies. Look at these views from cooking these foods. Yeah.
So today's subscriber sponsored requeezy should be pretty easy as far as the food prep goes. I have been requested to eat 10 wings with 10 different hot sauces and 10 intrusive questions, okay? So I'm just going to oil these up, salt these up, and get them into the air fryer. But for all you whiny wing washers out there, yes, I did just rinse these. There's the water coming off, a little excess. But I'm just gonna pat these down dry real quick, just to satisfy you, so I don't have to listen to you bitching in the comment. I don't know who's right or who's wrong. All I know is that high temperatures, which wings enter, kills any and all bacteria. That's why we used to, like in the wild, why we created fire, and used to kill animals in the wild and burn their fur off and burn them alive, essentially. Well, just fresh after eating them, or killing them, I should say. And everything was fine. But hey, let's just go the extra step today for you, okay? So, washed wings. We got oil, canola, my favorite when it comes to really anything, to be honest. Pop that in there. Now, the reason I do canola on these before they go into the air fryer is because it gets it closer to being almost like a deep fry, right? That's why I like it. Okay, salt in. Why are we salting? To help pull moisture and make crispy. Quick little whipper snapper here, and then we're gonna set the air fryer to as high as she goes. Mine goes 400, and we're going in for 40 minutes. Power on. 400. 40 minutes. Now you might want to check it at 35 just in case, but in my experience, 40 minutes has been pretty much perfect. Into the basket, sort them out, give them some room to breathe, and we go in. Okay, so the hardest part about today's video, aside from answering these 10 intrusive questions, will probably be having to handle the heat. Now, I bought this hot sauce flavors of the world. There are, how many do we have here? 50, I think? No. We got 6 times 6. Or 6 times 5. So we have 30 hot sauces here. I'm gonna have to go through and pick a lineup, essentially, and I want to build like a gradual lineup. So when I get my lineup done, I'll show you what I've chosen. I present to you my 10 sauce lineup. So from left to right, we have the garlic del fuego, we got the bourbon pepper hot sauce, Chuck's famous buffalo style hot sauce, we got the Hala Green, Smokin' Jamaican, Stay Golden California, Hawaiian Lava, my Outback is burning, I just like the name of that, Indian Tiger Blood, and we're gonna end it with Death Valley Rattler hot sauce. So there's my lineup, and I'm going to individually toss in each, and then maybe add a little droplet to each as I bite, but this is gonna cost me a lot of bowls and a lot of bowl washing. Okay, so wings are done, nice and golden. Time to power sauce, and I told you this would cost me a lot of bowls, and they're all mix and match. But we'll get her figured. We got 10. Okay, in order. Garlic, bourbon, buffalo, hallelujah, a dabble do ya. And then we Oprah it. You get a wing, 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 you get a wing. All right, tossy time. Tossy and saucy. All right, our tray is laid, displayed, and ready to be played. Already wrapping, and we haven't even started. So there it is. They're all sauced. All 10 sauces. Ready to roll. Let's get into this. All right, yo, welcome to today's subscriber sponsored request. It's a twist, a take, a genius one by Amber Copley. Shout out to Amber Copley for concocting this little Hot Ones experiment. Well, I have to answer maybe, well, yes,
they're a little intrusive. They're not the most intrusive, but they're kind of intrusive. Some intrusive questions, 10 of them. I'll eat 10 wings with 10 different hot sauces. And if I fail due to heat, I have to wrap. But let's just say that I'll probably fulfill that request regardless. I've been spitting hot fire bars up in my closet since I was 16, okay? So, you don't have to really tempt me with that one. Anyways, so Amber, very generous on the dono, but at the same time, hot sauce is very expensive, and getting 10 of them does add up. So I'm ready to get into this. I have the questions just kind of point formed. I selected 10. Well, there's a little more than 10. There's like probably 15 in general, but just have them kind of point formed so they won't be the exact wording, but the idea is there. Anyways, I brought some ice and a chocolate milk beverage because, milk and spice and everything nice. And I'm the type of weirdo who likes chocolate milk on ice. I love it. Like, I always drink it on ice. Personally, for me, it's kind of like a milkshake, but not, right? It's just cold, chocolatey dairy product that is delicious. So a little sip to get us kicked off before my mouth gets ticked off by all this shit in front of me, but let's go. So good. Oh my God. I've been on a chocolate milk kick lately too, like crazy. Been loving it. Okay. We got our full sender, and we have the vodka soda in the sled cup, ready to take off 0 to 60. It is a Friday, and I just wanted to bring a little buzzy energy to this. So let's read a question and eat a wing for question one, wing one. So the first question will be, how have I changed since doing YouTube? And they basically say like for the better. So this is wing one with the garlic hot sauce, and it doesn't look all that saucy. They've been sitting a little bit here, but that's how they do it on hot ones. The hot ones wings never look saucy. That is delicious. That is really good. Holy. Oh my God, that's so good. Just garlicky, vinegary. Very delicious. So how have I changed? Possibly for the better. I think I have changed, obviously. We all change with time. We also definitely change with experience. So by default, of course, I've changed. I've changed my setting. I've changed my cameras. I've changed a lot of things. You guys have seen the progression. I want to say if for the better, I want to say yes. Mainly because I feel like YouTube and this space has taught me to be more considerate of people and like try. It's forced me into being less judgmental as a human. We all have to use our judgment every day for survival. Essentially, it's a mechanism, survival mechanism. Just we have to make judgment calls every day. But there's like ugly judgment, and then there's like required survival judgment, and like we all fall victim to ugly judgment, right? We snap judge people, and that's like the type of toxic stuff that I talk about. Like I was talking about the other day is like just on YouTube, like drama and conflict begets, views and attention. And I don't want any part of that world, but I'd love to thrive and like, make money and stuff, but I want to make money through authenticity and things that I love. And like, I don't want to be sucked into that. So I just stayed away from it, being like, I can succeed in another way. And then that led me into like having like a dope loving community, people I engage with, and just like, I don't know, hearing other people's stories in my inbox and stuff. It just like, it's taught me to be like a better, more considerate, like more patient with my judgments. type person, right? Like, I feel like it's so easy to go the negative, ugly route rather than expending energy to understand like the source of a problem, like the source of a person's situation. We'll call it. So I think it's made me better in that regard. And then of course, like, just getting to fulfill my vision, it gives me like this motivation and incentive. So it's like, it makes me better in terms of executing, of showing up and consistency. And like, it's teaching me that in life. It's teaching me like, okay, in order to get something you really want, you really have to show up for yourself every day, or at least most of the days, like 85%. So that's my answer to that. And right there, it's been happening. 444. I tell you guys, the angel numbers are so fucking real, right? It's giving me chills. I'm not getting chill. I've been seeing 444, 111, 222, 555, 333, 1111, like, and right when I pick it up in that moment of like me having that thought, boom, it's right there, 444. I've been having that lately. It's so crazy. It's like anytime I have a thought relative to like my vision and my goals and me trying to make a decision, I go to look at the clock and boom, it's like, it's always there. It's like some triple numbers and I'm just like, like, it's so weird. And I'm not even like horoscope and like that. I'm not like that, but like that shit is fucking real lately. So that's trippy. Okay, a little vodka. Yo, that was a real ass moment caught on camera. Fuck, man, that's like, makes me emotional. Okay. Perfect for the next wing. Are we in a simulation? And this is the bourbon pepper hot sauce. So are we in a simulation? Oh, this is where the smoky's coming from. Very smoky. I want to say like yes, but I also want to say no. My whole thing about why I would say yes to the simulation is like everything is binary, 1, 0. So light, dark, birth, death, sun, moon. There are so many binary things in this world. And I don't want to get into gender like that. And what you identify as, but from the way I see it, a penis is a 1, a vagina is a 0. 1 goes into 0. It spits shit in there, an egg comes, and you make life. That's some 1-0 shit. Like, that's real. It can't be debated. It is what it is. How you identify as a person, that's on you. If you think because you have a vagina, you're like, if you don't identify with your vagina, your penis, or your body, that's probably just because you're having a transcendent experience, realizing that your consciousness occupying a vessel experience, a human life. But you're probably too afraid to admit, like, you want to cling to an identity, or you want to like construct an identity. So you want to get mad at the fact that there's penises and vaginas. Like, you're ultimately just, you're scared to admit that you don't like identify with what you are. And that is just consciousness of occupying a vessel, having a human experience, collecting experiences. And you're here to like, to learn, grow, like wisdom, all those things. So I feel like that's a real big problem in society today. I could go so deep into that, but I won't because I got to keep moving. But, the thing about what makes me believe we're not in a simulation is like, I feel like the experience of, like, if we're in a simulation, I feel like it would be more immediate. It would be like you just like pop into existence in a final form. But we come in like through a very raw, visceral, animalistic, biological way where like you're coming out of your mom and like doctors and dads and they're passing out and like it's just blood and guts and gore, and then it's like, oh, baby in a swaddle, and then from there like you go through like these stages of like evolution, and you grow into final form, and then you decay and pass. And that to me seems too, like, if we're going to use the word nature or natural, like that's what that seems like. It just seems too, like, it, you know what I mean? It's too progressive and raw, and like, I feel like a simulation would be more clean and concise, because that's how computers are. It's like computers are just like, Like everything's like clean, concise, and just, I don't know, that, and that's how I feel about that. But there's definitely a 1-0 light dark binary God devil thing to life. So there's that. Okay, going off the rails here. Next question is, would you rather find true love and be poor, or rich and alone forever? This is the buffalo sauce. Good sauce. I found true love. I wasn't ready for it per se. Whole nother video. And I was poor during that time as well. So true love and poor didn't work out for me. It's not all that it's cracked up to be, in my opinion. And I personally don't exactly subscribe to as who I am. Now, it could be for other people, that's cool, but I don't really subscribe to the idea of standard relationships, monogamy, marriage, all that stuff. I think that's kind of antiquated at this point. I'm a millennial. I'm a product of divorce, and it's like 60% of my generation is. I think we're going away from religion and the church and all those antiquated things, those ideas, those concepts. Science is kind of taking over, and I think my generation has seen time and time again, like, that the marital situation, like, doesn't work. It's like it's not the answer. It's not the ticket. Like, more than average, like more than 50% of people are getting divorced. So it's like, what does that say? So I'm on the path of self-actualization, getting myself into a financial situation where I feel like really capable. And then if at that point that's intriguing to me, if I want to have a wife and settle down and I want to have a child, then I will, because I'll be set to do that. I'll be set up and ready to do that, and it'll feel more authentic to me. Right now in my life, it's just not that. And I'm a man, so I have the luxury of that choice, because I can create a kid whenever I want, right? There's no time limit on my seed. Whereas with women, there's a time limit with their womb. So it's like, for me, maybe I'll graduate to that point in my life where I feel that way, but it won't be until I see through what I need to see through to get myself into a position to provide properly for both wife and child. You know what I mean? But I don't necessarily think I personally can intuitively feel I'll never end up there. But that's just me, okay? So, furthest I've been from home, favorite place in the U.S. This is the challah. I'm intrigued to try this because it's a green sauce. Furthest I've been from home is Dominican. With my ex. It was a terrible time, not because of the Dominican, because of me. I was a mess relative to anxiety, dissociative personality like situations. The entire trip, I felt like I was clinging to my life due to anxiety disorder. And that always weighs heavy on me, because we went for like her birthday, and I feel like I ruined everything, and I feel like I want to make it up to her at some point in the future. Also, many more videos on that. We still talk a little bit here and there, not like a lot, but it's just like, I want to right that wrong. I don't know. I feel like I ruined that trip, and it wasn't because I was intentionally doing it. It's just I was in such a bad place. But the best, or my favorite place in America, I should say, is, I'll always have to say, like Duluth, Minnesota, mainly because I live like 40 minutes from the border, And just like since a kid, I've been going down there for many reasons. But I just have so many wholesome, good memories. Like just going on little trips to Duluth and just walking around like Canal Park and eating down there. And then as I got older, it turned into like me and my dad going down for motocross. And there's like an amazing track that we ride outside of Duluth. And it's like, it's just, there's so many good memories in Duluth. But I've been in a lot of places in America, but like it doesn't have the same attachment of memories. But I guess outside of that, like Florida, I went riding in Florida with my dad. It was amazing. And in Cali too. So gotta shout out those. So next question. Do I see marriage and children in my future / the biggest fear in my life? Smoking Jamaican. I kind of already answered that. The marriage and children. So take from that what you will. Biggest fear in my life, and it kind of ties into the marriage and children, is just not self-actualizing my vision. What I feel as my purpose, my potential. Once again, that is definitely smoky. I don't want, basically what I'm saying is I don't want to die with my song inside. And for me, that's quite literal. I have a lot of songs and music that I am, like, I have them ready. It's just, I need to like create and put them in. I need to give my internal blessings to the world. And I want to say everything that I have to say artistically before I go. So my biggest fear in life is to not self-actualize, to not give everything that I've been given to the world as a co-creator of this world. Because when you are, I don't know, if you're creative or an artist or whatever, or you have something to say, like you co-create this existence by putting out your energy to it, right? So my channel wouldn't exist if I didn't do it and make it. So I'm a co-creator of the world, and we all are, right? If you have something inside, you have a calling, you go towards it because you give it to the world. It's your gift to give to the world. That's your purpose. That's and then when you move towards it, that's success. You know, when it starts to materialize in the physical plane, that's what success is. So before I go, my biggest fear is to not do everything that I feel like I'm supposed to. You know, I'd be on my deathbed being like, I have unfinished business. That's why they say like ghosts have unfinished business. Like they didn't get to do what they're supposed to do while they were here. So, next one. What has your favorite job been? This is the California Dreamin'. Interesting. To be honest, I haven't talked much about it on this channel, but working at the Blue Jays, selling beer. So good. So fucking fun. I don't know how that job found me or I found that job, but just so relaxed, coolest people. You're just slinging beer in an area where people are just having fun, getting drunk, spending money, watching their favorite thing in real life, and just making buku cash. Like, now buku cash is like a relative term, but for the standard civilian human living in the basic fucking, you know, working life, the working man cash, like for me to make like what, $1,000, $1,200 in a weekend in just tips, right? Like, come on, that shit is crazy. Those were in the golden days, but we're not in those days anymore. It's slowed down, but like it was, you can't argue with that. Like I paid my rent plus in a weekend. Now it's seasonal, but you know what I mean. It's like there's 30,000, 50,000 people, when the beer just sells itself. You just stand there with it. Like, give me, like, and then there's and they're not tipping lots. It's $2, $2, because they don't have to leave their seat, right? They don't have to miss any of the game. $2 at a few hundred beers adds up mad quick. So it's the funnest job, the best job. Okay. This question got me going. How many guys have you kissed? And I picked this question because it's actually funny, Hawaiian Lava, because it's a few. And here's why. I found myself in if you've ever watched American Pie, I don't know which one it is. I think maybe the second or third, where they sneak into the house and they're in like the lesbian house and there's the dildos and all that, and they get caught in the house. They're painting the house. Similar story, but I was like, I don't know, 19, and we were getting drunk with like equal parts hot girls. And of course, the patriarchy at its best. Fuck. We had rules on the table. We were playing like adult spin the bottle, right? Drunk. So it was like, if it was like, you land on a girl, you just get to make out with the girl and whatnot. Yeah, maybe there was some titties involved and things like that, but that's whatever. But they had to be a little more ridiculous. But with the dudes, it was like, if you dude on dude, if you land on dude, you have to kiss a dude in order for us to like have that advantageous position. Now I realize that that's the patriarchy in a nutshell. Don't get it twisted. I'm aware that's kind of fucked up. But like, we would have to basically just like deeply peck, like no tongue, but like not just a either, like a solid smooch, if you will. And I was like, fuck it. I'm comfortable with who I am and my sexuality. I know that this kiss with my friend isn't going to turn me on to any degree, but I do want to see some shit with you and you and you if y'all land on each other. So in that game of spin the adult bottle, I did have to kiss like two or three and it was whatever. It was just kissing. It was no big deal. And also my dad used to kiss me on the mouth growing up my whole life, and it was cool up until I was like 11 or 12, and then I was like, okay, Dad, this is getting a little weird. Now here's the thing, my dad's dope. He just loved me and loved having kids. But at a certain point, I got uncomfortable, and I had to tell him. I was like, I don't think we should be doing this anymore, you and I. And he was like, okay, but you're still gonna hug me, right? I was like, yes, I'll hug you until your deathbed, Dad. But like, at a certain point, like, I'm 12, I'm getting boners now, so it's like, you can't like expect me to, like, it's just your lips on mine, and it's getting a little much, okay? So we need to draw back. We need to chill on that. Okay, where do I draw musical inspiration? And do I have any famous chefs that I look up to? We ain't getting too hot, by the way. So the wrap's looking good. Where do I draw musical inspiration? Right here. In this cup. It's the alcohol for me. See what it is X amount of alcohol. Not too much, just enough. Shifts me into like receiving antenna zone. Loose enough to not be too considerate about the world. and just open enough to be receiving like my higher messages. And those messages to me are usually in the form of like melodic rhythm or words or verbiage or whatever. Throw on a beat, boom, next thing we know, we're cooking. So, or create a beat, whatever, same difference. Although I'm not the most skilled at that. I'm more skilled at like the creation of like the writing and things like that. But it's flow state. It's just flow state. I feel like I'm in it right now, to be honest with you. This video might feel a little different because like a couple drinks deep, this is I activate. So I find it in there, and then as far as chefs that inspire me go, not really anybody. I can't think of anybody off top, and here's why. Because I'm not inspired like to chef. Like I'm not into like chefing per se. I enjoy food and that, but the thing about chefing is I feel like chefing is very, and this is like a theme I've had in my mind about my channel and stuff, is like a lot of YouTube channels succeed because they specialize and they have a definite thing to offer, and it's a knowledge based thing. But like I don't want to be I want to be a professional vibe. Like if I'm really good at a couple things and my vibe is accompanied by professionalism, like I know how to execute, that's cool to me. But I personally hate things that are contrived, and I personally feel like teaching, though a noble cause, a good thing to do because people need to be directed at times, for me it feels contrived because I don't want to be labeling myself as like I know better than you, or I'm, you know what I mean? Like I'm ahead. The fuck was that? Or like I'm ahead of you, or anything like that. Like I just want to do the thing that I fuck with. I want to do it well, and I want the person on the other end to receive that energy of just like the chill approach to doing things like in an awesome, dope way. Like that's more my energy, is like that. Like I don't like being like, hey, hi, I'm Joe Shimoda, like, and I'm here to tell you how to do this today, and like and follow this, follow that, because that's not who I am. I'm very like fluid and malleable. Like I don't live in the box of like of rules and being told what to do. That's exactly what I'm trying to not do by doing this channel and being me, right? Like I don't ever want to live a life that feels confined like that. So I don't want a channel that feels confined like that. So I guess I'll end that there. But I just like, okay, so any chef who just like is like almost freestyling it, or is just really like down to earth, chill and cool. For me, Jamie Oliver is kind of like that guy. He's a TV guy, but he's chill, he's easy, he's open to the idea that like, you have a family and like it could be this, it could be that. You may have this, you may not have that. He knows his shit, but he's like not like Gordon Ramsay's like, all right, on, yes, this, that, you have to, but like he's changed over time a little bit. He's mellowed out a bit, but he's very like French to the point, and the point is like matters. So there's that. Anyways, to the next one. Strangest place I ever did the deed, and this is the Tiger Blood. So strangest place I ever did the deed. I have two places that immediately come up. And those could be stories for another time. But in trees, by a fence, open to the street, in public, between dinner and dessert at one of my friend's weddings. Weddings create the pheromones. You just get horny at the wedding. Or, and this might be the strangest, I think it wins, in a walk-in fridge at a restaurant. Very sketchy, a little cold, a lot of fun. very exciting. But all stories that you can see on the Patreon that I'm going to be starting. Not me here announcing I'm starting a 18A, OnlyFans for my life stories of mine Patreon in the future here. It's happening. I've already made the page. We'll wait for a release date, but it's happening. And then the last one is Death Valley. And the last question is my most embarrassing moment. That's different. Not as hard as I thought it would be with Death Valley being in the name, but most embarrassing moment. Hard to pick one. A lot of them. But probably both embarrassing, but very like awakening to my awareness of myself and my mind. I'm not going to go into too deep of a detail because once again, it's just so long to elaborate. It's a whole story. But in grade 7, I had this teacher who was very like revolutionary in my mind, influential to me. And she did this weird fucked up thing. I don't know if teachers should even be allowed to do this, but she sat us down in a circle, like a feelings circle one day where we were all faced with each other. And she basically was like, we're going to go around the circle today. And you all get to talk about who has made you feel like, kind of bad about yourself or whatever. Like just someone who's like really been abrasive towards you. And my name plus other names mentioned were a trending theme, and mine kind of being in the forefront of those names. And my eyes were just wide awake at the time. I like in that moment I had to go home and sit with myself and be like, that's how I make like people feel. Like I was like, that's really crazy. So I had to really like introspect and look at myself and be like, I realized in that moment, it's like, I don't want to be, I didn't think I was being that way to people, right? Like I didn't have that awareness about myself. So I had to introspect and consider, and that was like a defining moment in my life about, how I want to be as a person moving forward. So that teacher was very influential to me, and she changed me and a lot about me, and a lot of in that moment I could see more clearly about how I'm supposed to be rather than how I was. And that's a big story though. That's a whole story. Once again, I want to do it on the Patreon because YouTube's I want to build a safe space and a community where it's like I can say anything and everything that I want, but YouTube has unfortunately become super censored because it's a business platform now. Let's just be honest. That is what it is. So I didn't, not eat them all. All very delicious. But now we have to wrap. Okay, so let's get into that. All right, so I got GarageBand on here, and over the years I've just randomly been making beats. I actually made this simple loop back in Toronto like years ago. I was on the subway just like on my way to work trying to make a beat, and this is literally 2 components. It's literally a piano with drums, but it has become one of my favorite little beats to throw on and like freestyle and cook up ideas to sometimes. So it's a little New York East Coast Mobb Deep type vibe. East Coast Mobb Deep, New York shit. Well, let's start this feast out with some matcha sticks. And when I'm done with those, it's over to the lobster bisque. Since it's soup, I'm gonna need a box of Ritz. And for dessert, I like the cookies with the chocolate chips. I love drinking vodkas and sipping soft drinks and slipping the tips of pizza and the dipping sauces. I'm nauseous cause I always overeat though. Dorito, crawfish, taco and burrito, Frito, Lay's chips. Eat those with the waved ridge, original flavor, and they made for the ranch dip. Shit, I'm in the whip in the drive-thru. That chick was a bitch, hope she didn't spit in my food. I got my eyes glued on eggs and ham. Matter of fact, I'd rather have steak and yams. Scratch that, I'll fine dine with a leg of lamb, bacon wrap, scallops, and salad on a plate of clams. Oh, Parmesan like a grated man, nothing you could say to him. Hold up, I play to win, load up that plate again. Cold cuts and catered things, donuts, potato skins, soaked nuts, and baby shrimp. You can simp, I'm a state of pimp, tipping all these waiters. Fuck you haters, I'm the greatest and the ladies, man. Yeah, that makes you mad, cause I sunned you, but I ain't your dad. No, I ain't your daddy, yo. You been acting bratty, though. I've been kicking back, sipping Jack, just relaxed on a patio. Yo, yeah, how that go? Okay, why? Cause I'm just a guy on YouTube and you hate on me just to justify what you do or don't do. You crusty guys are doo-doo, busting lies, trying to customize the true ooh. Yeah, but you must oblige the guru. I flushed my 9 to 5, yeah, what the fuck did you do? Huh? Absolutely zero. You're acting like a year old and you cap about the Nero. Killing you geeks that I'm building my dreams. Filling these screens from America to Philippines. And this is me now spilling the beans. You say you hate to watch me, but you're still in the seat. That makes me cocky and you feel with defeat. Because I'm the one becoming who you're not willing to be. And that's on me. Easy. So that will conclude that one. Until the next one, you know what to do. Eat good, live well, and stay true.